The prison wasn't supposed to matter. It was just another assignment. Another forgotten outpost drifting on the edge of a dead system. We called it Blackrock. A mining moon-turned detention facility after the ore ran dry. No cities. No civilians. Just guards. And things the galaxy didn't want to deal with. I wasn't a guard. I wasn't a soldier. I was a janitor. Name's Marcus Hale. Sanitation Unit C. My job? Clean the corridors. Scrub the blood. Pretend I didn't hear the screams. You learn pretty quickly in a place like Blackrock. You don't ask questions. But there was one sector we were told never to enter alone. Block 0. Maximum containment. No names. No records. Just cells with numbers and things inside them. I avoided it. For months. Until the day I didn't. It started with a maintenance alert. Plumbing failure in Block 0. Of course it had to be there. I remember the guard escort. 2 of them. Fully armed. 2 tents for a simple repair job. That cell, one of them said as we walked the corridor. Don't look inside. That was the first mistake. Because the moment someone tells you not to look, that's the only thing you want to do. The corridor was colder than the rest of the prison. Lights dimmer. Air heavier. And then we stopped. Cell 7. I wasn't supposed to look. I looked anyway. First, I thought it was empty. Then I saw her. Sitting in the corner. Still. Silent. Chains wrapped around her arms. Her neck. Even anchored into the walls behind her. Not restraints. Containment. Her head was lowered. Hair covering her face. Don't stare, the guard muttered. I turned away. But not before I noticed something strange. She wasn't moving. Not breathing heavily. Not struggling. Just waiting. I fixed the pipe in 10 minutes. Didn't say a word. Didn't look again. But that night, I couldn't stop thinking about her. Not because she looked dangerous. Because she looked wrong. Not broken. Not defeated. Contained. Like something powerful pretending to be small. The next day, I brought extra food. Not for me. I don't know why. Maybe curiosity. Maybe stupidity. Probably both. Block 0 was quieter that shift. Different guards. Less attention. I passed cell 7 again. Slowed down. Then I did something that could have gotten me executed. I slipped the food tray through the lower slot. For a second, nothing happened. Then, movement. She shifted. Slowly. Like she was waking up from something deeper than sleep. Her hand reached forward. Long fingers. Elegant. But scarred. She took the food. Paused. Then she looked up. And I froze. Her eyes weren't normal. They glowed. Faintly. Gold with something deeper behind them. Ancient. She studied me. Not like prey. Not like a prisoner. Like she was trying to understand something she hadn't seen in a long time. You should not be here, she said. Her voice was soft. But it carried. I clean here, I replied quietly. A pause. You should not be kind here, she corrected. I didn't know what to say to that. So I just shrugged. Food's food. She stared at the tray. Then back at me. You risk punishment. Yeah, I said. Wouldn't be the first time. That was the first conversation. It didn't stop there. Days turned into weeks. I kept bringing food. Small things. Extra portions. Sometimes just water. And every time, she spoke a little more. Her name was Lyra. That's all she gave me at first. No species. No history. Just Lyra. But I started noticing things. The guards treated her differently. They didn't insult her. Didn't provoke her. They were afraid. Even with her chained. Even with her silent. One night I asked, "What did you do to end up here?" She looked at me for a long time. Then she said something I didn't understand at first. I lost. That was it. No explanation. No story. Just 2 words. But the way she said it, it wasn't defeat. It was unfinished. The day everything changed, I made a mistake. I stayed too long. A guard saw me. The tray. The open slot. Step back, he barked. I froze. He looked at her. Then at me. Realization hit him like a weapon. You've been feeding it. Not her. I tried to explain. Didn't matter. They dragged me out of the corridor. Shoved me to the ground. Do you even know what that is? He shouted. I didn't answer. Because I didn't. Not fully. He leaned closer. Voice low. Shaking. That's not a prisoner. My stomach dropped. That's a queen. Silence. A conquered one, he continued. An empire breaker. The only reason she's still alive is because no one figured out how to kill her. I felt the blood drain from my face. And I've been feeding her. He didn't smile. No, he said. You've been reminding her what she lost. That was worse. They threw me into a holding cell. Cold. Dark. And for the first time since I got to Blackrock, I was afraid. Not of punishment. Of what she might do. Hours passed. Maybe more. Then the alarms started. Not the usual ones. These were different. Deeper. Louder. The kind of sound that meant something had gone very wrong. The ground shook. Not slightly. Violently. Like the moon itself was breaking apart. Screams echoed through the halls. Gunfire. Explosions. Then, silence. The door to my cell opened. I didn't move. Couldn't. And then she stepped in. Lyra. No chains. No weakness. No containment. Her eyes burned brighter now. Her presence heavier. Reality itself felt unstable around her. You are alive, she said. I stared at her. You broke the prison. She tilted her head slightly. I broke the moon. My breath caught. And suddenly, I believed her. Behind her, the corridor was gone. Walls torn apart like paper. Gravity unstable. Stars visible through fractures in the structure. What did you do? I whispered. She stepped closer. What was necessary? A pause. You were in danger. That hit harder than everything else. You did this for me? Her expression didn't change. You fed me when I was nothing. Her voice softened. You saw me when I was forgotten. Another step closer. I do not forget such things. I didn't know what to say. Didn't know what this meant. Didn't know what came next. Then she extended her hand. Come, she said. I looked at it. Then about the prison that vanished. About the queen who shattered a world. But they'll get one thing wrong. She didn't break the moon because she was angry. She didn't do it for revenge. She did it because someone showed her kindness when she had nothing left. And in return, she showed the galaxy exactly what happens when you try to cage something that remembers how to rule. And me? I was just a janitor who made one small mistake and ended up walking away with a queen.